come to read and stuff is like it's the uncertainty. You know what I mean? So that's kind of always in the back of my head. It's like, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't, especially doctor visits. They always take longer than the dentist is usually pretty fast getting to see you, but or this one here anyway. But doctors always take like 45 minutes to an hour to see you, and they want you there early anyway. And it's like, I hate waiting. And now it's like, you know, I can't use bathrooms. You know, multiple people bathrooms for the most part. It's a miracle if I ever get it to work. But now it's like sometimes I can't even use the one person bathroom, thinking about stuff going on with other people, or the sounds going on outside of the restroom, how thin the walls are, stuff like that. Like, it just doesn't stop, and that correlates with the muscles that they don't let up. You know what I mean? So it's like this big old thing.
How was your anxiety today?
It's all right. I think I had a little over a cup of coffee. It was burnt, really bad tasting. But I found for the most part, when I like watch like TV dramas that I haven't seen, that it kind of helps because you're like focusing on something. So that's what I kept doing last night. Is I was taking like pieces of hydroxyzine, like fourths, trying to like figure out the best, not overdo it. You know what I mean? And I can't get a handle on it. I tried. I took a piece at 6. I thought, okay, I'm probably gonna go to bed early. But then I was like, I don't want to wake up too early. But yeah, I just kept watching TV and stuff in my room. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to sleep yet. I'm going to go watch some more TV in the living room. So I kept going back and forth from like watching the DVD in my room to watching X-Files out there. And then I took another fourth at 10. And still I was like up watching X-Files. And then I took another one at 12. And then after that, that's when I was finally like, okay, I can't take another episode of X-Files. Like, go lay down. You need to go to sleep. And then it was like another hour or two before I could finally like drift off. And then, yeah, the sleep is good for like maybe 2-3 hours before it starts getting like these weird, crazy, can't stop levitating dreams, or high low gravity jumps, or whatever you want to call it. It's like, and there's like all these other people there too that are like on the ground walking, and I'm like, why? Like, why do I keep going up and then down and then up again? Like, I had one of those dreams before, like when I was younger. My first brother died, and I was going through that. They put me on Prozac, and I remember taking a Prozac, and like, I don't know if it was just Prozac or if it was Prozac and something else that you could only get through prescription, like something I took from my mom or something, or but I think I took melatonin too, and that was like that's what really kicked it up. It's like I had one of like, you ever seen Waking Life, that movie?
No.
It's like a psychedelic movie all about dreams by Richard Linklater, guy who directed Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happens. I learned a lot of stuff about dreams from watching that movie, like clocks and stuff. Like, clocks are always like scrambled in your dreams. Light switches don't work. And that's kind of how you can figure out how you're dreaming. But so I do those things sometimes, but I usually don't have control over it. And yeah, that's what happens at the end of the movie. The guy can't keep floating up. And that's what sort of happened to me one time for the first time. The time I was telling you, I took the Prozac, melatonin, went to sleep. And like, I woke up like having a panic attack. And, I asked my mom to like give me some of her anxiety medicine because I was like freaking out about this dream. And that's kind of the same thing that's been going on with the hydroxyzine. and I'm not really sure what to do about it. I'm wondering maybe if I should just try Benadryl. That might be more bearable. But
there's the same thing.
Yeah, they're both antihistamines. Antihistamines is what I read, but I don't know. I just feel like there's something about this. I hate keeping having to say the same thing, the same name over and over.
Visceral.
Visceral?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds better. Why didn't they go with that for the actual name? I always call stuff by their chemical names, except for Benadryl. So sometimes I'll say diphenhydramine, but there's doxylamine succinate, and yeah. I tried to get Ambien, but the Pila wouldn't give me anything that had any sort of interaction with alcohol. So
yeah, it's also another hypnotic.
Yeah, I don't want to abuse Ambien, because anytime I do, I end up doing it's never good. It's like you just sleepwalk and then you turn on ovens and shit. Like, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I woke up with my parents mad at me, and I was like, I didn't know I did that. Sorry. So no, that's not something I would ever want to abuse again. But I wish there was just something I could take that would just turn it off, like the whole thing. Like, I don't want to dream anymore. Like, not like that. Like, it's fine when it's like, it's all like scrambled and it doesn't really make sense, and it's like, oh, that was kind of a cool dream. But then when it's so vivid, like, it gets like too real. Like, I'm going to sleep and I'm like going to like this different dimension. Like, that's really what it feels like. I was talking to my little brother yesterday, and like, I didn't think about it till later that, like, while I was talking to him, I don't know, something like, my parents went to dinner, my whole family went to dinner, but I didn't go for some reason. And then they all came back and they were all outside, and I had my longboard. And my little brother was talking to me like, do you wear safety stuff when you... It was like he was supposed to be there, like he never died, that's what it felt like. And so, like, we were hanging out. We were down the street by the high school or something in the parking lot. And, I was talking to him and stuff, and the floating up stuff was happening again while I was doing that. I floated up to the tree, and I thought he was still listening to me. But I was like, yeah, but the other thing is about this, and he had just... And then I saw him, he, like, just took off on his bike real quick. And I was like, okay, I guess he doesn't want to listen to me. I guess I'll do something else. And I think that's when it started. I started walking on awnings or some shit. But it was, looking back, before I brushed my teeth this morning, I was like, oh, like, he took off down the same road on a bike the same way he went when he got hit. Which is like, I guess it was some sort of subconscious thing. I don't know. But it really felt like my brother was visiting me. Even though I don't fully believe in that kind of stuff. My dad does. He thinks whenever any of his deceased children are in a dream, it's like they came to see me. It's like, okay.
Did you tell him about the dream?
Yeah, no, I didn't tell him about the Lucas thing. My little brother. I didn't tell him about that. I sort of don't want to get into it, Yeah.
Why is that?
It's hard to talk about stuff like that. Especially with someone who... I just don't want to start a whole conversation about it, Like, I'll talk about it a little, but my dad, he'll go off on a spiel about it, and I don't want to go to that place, get all introspective about it, like... Just like... I don't know, I'm sure he wants to hear about it, but...
I'm not worried about him, I'm more curious about how you would feel getting it out.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, me and my dad sort of differ on the same beliefs, so I just feel like I'd feel weird telling him about it, because I feel like I'd be almost presenting myself like I really believed in the same thing he does, but I don't think I do. But, I don't know, that was pretty symbolic, but I feel like it's just subconscious stuff, So, I don't know about that.
Subconscious or not, there's a lot of emotion behind it.
Yeah. That's the thing about the dreams. Like I don't like them because it's like, on one hand you get to visit, but on the other hand it's not real. And I've been taking all this media lately, you know, but yet with these new medications, the only stuff I think about is like being back at home and talking to my family and stuff. And it's just like, I don't know, I kept waking up this morning, you know, trying to go back to sleep and stuff. And I'd be waking up and I wouldn't know if I was in my bed here or in my bed from home. And I'd have to, sometimes I'd come out of it and be like, oh yeah, I'm at Dad's house. Like, I don't know, it's just really weird. It's too weird. It's like, it affects, I want to sleep. I don't want to wake up from these crazy dreams and be all like, and it's almost like I'm so tired too that it's like, I can't even really move out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it does put me to sleep for a little bit. I feel like if I go on the Benadryl and it doesn't work, then I'm just going to feel groggy and I can't sleep, so.
What about the other medications?
Gabapentin, that's the thing. Since my stomach had been messed up, I hadn't been taking them all consistently, so gabapentin is the last one that I've been needing to take it, but I haven't been. I also kind of don't know what that does. I've been trying to figure out. I know a lot of people stand by it, that it does something good for them, but when I take it on set, I don't know what it does. Like, I can't figure it out. I couldn't see any benefit to it, and I don't know if it's an immediate thing or if it's the more you take it sort of thing, like the Lexapro. I'm not sure which one it is. But I haven't been taking it because I'm kind of waiting to get through the antibiotics, you know? So, before I throw something else in the mix, because that's already too much. Because it does it. Even today after breakfast, I took my antibiotic, and then it, like, had this pain, dull pain right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe like in between dull and sharp, it was like a little. Didn't feel good.
Are you drinking water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't drink a lot this morning because I knew I was coming here, but
Mm-hmm.
I drank a lot of water yesterday. Because I didn't have any beer, so that's all I drink besides beer is water.
There's a lot that I'm hearing going on, especially regarding change. Change in the amount you're drinking, change in your sleep, change in your medications, and that is something that you've kind of pegged as a big trigger for your anxiety.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
The other thing about the medications was, because I was kind of looking at this, and it looks like she prescribed the gabapentin for sleep and anxiety.
Yeah, and it hasn't been working for sleep at all, so.
You take it at night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to. And I had taken it, you know, even when I knew I wasn't getting sleep, so I would take it. I knew I missed the dose, so I took it, and I hadn't slept either, so I was like, well, I might as well take it. And then, I don't know, I haven't really been trying to take the gabapentin. And then another thing was, I think, in retrospect, I think maybe it was the wine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have to, I don't know, maybe I'll have to just try and take the gabapentin to see, but my urine the next couple of days after I had that big wine thing, there was a really weird scent to my urine, and I didn't know what it was, like, you know how you eat asparagus and there's a scent?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was like different, and I could smell it on the toilet paper, like it was like this weird smell, and I'm thinking maybe it was that. Thinking back, I guess maybe it was just so much of that cheap wine, but I didn't know like which of the medications was doing it,